Hey, what is up YouTube? Andrew Rooney here. I'm a full-time drummer and drum teacher here in Auckland, New Zealand. We are back with a request. This one is for Andrew Cerner. Hey Andrew. I'm glad you liked my previous recommendation of CRUZ playing Memento Mori. That was phenomenal. Here is another amazing playthrough from the same drummer. This time the video is recorded in a studio, but art still brings the killer energy. Hope you enjoy it. It is a Meinl Cymbals video, and Meinl Cymbals videos are always impeccably filmed and recorded, so this is going to be an absolute treat. And it is CRUZ playing Ditch by Lamb of God. Now, I did have a chat to Andrew Cerner about this because since your request for this song, I actually featured the song on the channel. I mean, it's a huge coincidence. And that was Caleb H. So this was only 4 days ago, looking at my screen here, of him playing Ditch by Lamb of God. Andrew did not know that, but we chatted back and forth. Do you still want to do it? Definitely still want to do it. And I guess it's a good comparison. Go back and check. If you haven't seen that video of Caleb H playing the song, oh my God. What other Lamb of God have we had on the channel? We had Walk With Me in Hell, Caleb H, Ditch, Lamb of God. We had Memento Mori, and we also had Chris Adler, Now You've Got Something to Die For at the Modern Drummer Fest 2005. All of these videos so far have been absolutely phenomenal. This really is one of the heavy groups that I can get with basically straight away. Really, really dig it. Anyway, I've got to top up my coffee and then we're going to hit it.
I don't give a god.
Notice the orchestration thoughts and change-ups during the song. Changing the ride surface. As simple as changing a ride surface completely changes the feel, the direction, the tonal sound palette of the song is completely changed depending on where the drummer's playing on their ride surface. Or what surface they are riding on, put it that way. So we've got this really small splash, and I'm sure he's going to mention it in the breakdown. Normally these Meinl videos, afterwards they do a bit of a breakdown of the gear because everyone wants to know, hey, what is that little splash? That sounded amazing, right? So there's one sort of emotional change up, one feel thing that you can change up in the song simply by changing the riding surface. I believe he's only got one snare here, so you've got one backbeat sound, but riding surface sound changing. The other one is whether we're playing double time feel, 4 on the bar snare feel, half time, or a regular time feel. Now, the bits where I'm feeling like the heavy pocket groove thing is basically in like a regular time feel. Then the intensity is on the da 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 da, the fast 4 on the snare, 4 to the bar snares. And then we've got this big, fat, sort of halftime feel. There is just something so groovy about this playing, something so groovy about the song. Anyway, we're going to get back into it. I really, really dig this. Let's go.
Blinded by
Those overhand swings, left hand on the left side crash. Let's just check that again. It's just a thing of beauty. When he goes back to the groove. Oh, man.
Hey, this is CRUZ, drummer from Lamb of God, and these are the cymbals that you just saw me play. Classics Custom Dark 14-inch Trash Crash, Classics Custom Dark 16-inch Trash Crash, Classics Custom Dark 14-inch Hi-Hats, Classics Custom Dark 8-inch Splash, Byzance Brilliant 18-inch Medium Crash, Byzance Brilliant 19-inch Medium Thin Crash, Classics Custom Dark 8-inch Splash, Byzance Brilliant's 22-inch Heavy Hammered Ride, Classics Custom Dark 20-inch Crash, Classics Custom Dark 18-inch China, Classics Custom Dark 16-inch Trash China. I'm also using Meinl Drum Honey.
That is a banger. That is a tune and a half. As I say, always on my videos, original video link in the description of each of my videos. Please do go check it out. And honestly, please check out Caleb H. Aged 8, playing this song, which I featured recently on the channel. CRUZ, man. This guy. Look, I'm always completely open and transparent on the channel. And I've said many a time, I probably don't need to keep laboring this point, but I'm not an extreme player. I don't know if this is as extreme as some of the stuff I've featured on the channel, but this feels like a good gateway, a good entry point. Although I've already gone down that rabbit hole a bit by this point, I feel like this is sort of verging on the hard rock, going into extreme, going into the heavy stuff. I feel like this is just a perfect gateway because it features so much pocket. And that, I guess, is my background. You would have seen in my recent covers that I did that they're basically more or less pocket covers. And the pocket here is heavy. There is no faking the funk when it comes to pocket. You can't describe it. You can't intellectualize it too much. It's just there or it's not. The pocket is heavy. Important to note as well that the pocket is heavy here, not just on the drums. Everybody thinks of pocket as a drum thing. It's not a drum thing, it's a band thing. There's nothing better than playing with a bassist who's got great pocket, a guitarist, especially rhythm guitar, when they've got great pocket. Vocalists can have pocket. Some vocalists can phrase, and it's just in the pocket. Think of hip hop. Think of famous hip hop acts. Snoop Dogg. Love him or loathe him, you cannot say the dude doesn't have pocket. It's just he's got a certain flow, he's got a certain pocket to his vocals and his phrasing. I often talk on the channel about orchestration, and I feel like this is probably one of the best examples with the heavier stuff of thoughtful orchestration. And again, what surface are we riding on? What are we trying to achieve with that sound? I noticed when he went to the China off to the right, and then he started accenting sort of crash hits on like an effect cymbal. So he completely changed the palette. And then when he went to like a more conventional beat that he's playing the song, he went back to the rides and the crashes, just standard crashes. So there's a lot going on here. There is a lot to remember. I'd be curious to know how, out of like 100%, how much of this is the same night to night? Is he changing up the cymbal? Was he changing up the cymbal flash a little bit for this Meinl cymbals video to demonstrate different sounds? Or is this literally exactly how he'd play the song every single night? Be very, very curious to know that. Another thing that is just so impressive for me from these guys who are expert level double kick. I don't even own a double kick, but there is a concept. If you want to sound like a pro, and I'm going to probably make a separate video on this, there is a really profound concept, and it's to do with playing in time, which we all know, of course. Of course, we've got to all play in time, of course. But there is a difference between being able to play in time once the train is already going, and you sort of just jump on that train and you're moving, versus starting from a cold stop in time. Don't know what the tempo of the song is. Something, depends how you're going to count it. Depends how you sort of want to feel the tempo, because they're changing the time feel a lot during the song. But anyway, there is a concept of being able to start in time. Sounds easy. It's not easy. And I'm thinking with CRUZ, I'm thinking in terms of the syncopated double kicks that just, they start like a machine gun, then they stop. Then they start again, then they stop. I don't know what the rhythm was, some syncopated double kick rhythm. And just landing on that on a dime. I mean, you might just think, yeah, it's awesome. That's great double kick. It's really, really difficult to nail in time metronomically anything. It's hard to nail anything from a cold start. This is one of the big things I feel like people take for granted, or people don't think about. How to go from sounding like an amateur to a pro. There's many steps in that. One of them is learning how to start in time. Again, not necessarily the start of a song, although that's crucial. During the song, there are points here where CRUZ is stop playing altogether, and then he starts. And when he does start, the momentum just hits you like bam. Kapooyah, kapooyah! And for me, this is one of the small things that stand out to me as a drum teacher, as someone who's played a lot of gigs. That's what sounds good. That's what really sounds good. And what really impresses me is time feel. Can you stop and then can you start again in exactly the same time feel? Now, some people are going to say, well, it's easy. Maybe he's on click. There's nothing difficult about that at all. I realize that. You've got your clicks. Click, 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 click. What most people will do is they will reset the tempo, and they might pitch it a little bit faster because 99% of us rush. And then, whoa, you realize you've rushed, and then you tempo correct downwards, and then you find the pocket and the tempo again, maybe halfway through that first bar, maybe during the second bar. Sometimes, even in that third bar, you've settled again. Now, all of this creates a strange feeling for the listener, and it's not very comfortable to listen to because the listener's thinking, oh, this is something that I deal with groups that I mentor or try and take through band competitions, like high school band competitions, intermediate school competitions. We really focus on starting at a certain tempo and hopefully ending the song at the same tempo, but also within that, holding that tempo through fills. More difficult than it sounds. And if there is a stop, that's when you really have to focus and count. My instructor at university, Ron Sampson, pulled me up on this and he said, man, he basically said, look, you've got really good time, but you don't start in time. I remember just dying, right? Like, what is he even talking about? Years later, I fully grasped what he was talking about. Again, doing a lot of shows, doing a lot of different things, and playing with better musicians, and they would notice it. And when they noticed it, I would think back to what Ron had said. Wow, okay, what he said was true. And occasionally they'd mention to me, hey man, in that 8-bar section where the drums drop out, and then you're starting again, you're starting like, it's taking a bar to settle back to where it was. And you can get defensive on these things and think, well, I don't know what you're talking about, man. I'm starting in time. I was on the click. Difference between being on the click and being in time. And it's these advanced concepts that will take you from here to here. These are the 1%ers. And I bring it up because I hear it in Art CRUZ's playing. He's obviously a phenomenal player, and there's a lot of other stuff going on. There's a lot of exciting stuff, clearly. He's an exciting player. Even had the big stick toss at the end, and the hair's going. He looks like a rock star. He looks cool, and he plays great. He's slamming. Like, you couldn't get a better drummer for Lamb of God. I mean, it's perfect. Everything here is perfect. But yeah, final tip on the starting and stopping and making sure you give yourself the best opportunity to play in time. Always play when you're not playing. Now, what I mean by that is, let's say there's a count off. 1, 2, 3. Well, even then, I can't help but move. But you can subdivide 1, 2, 3, 4, and then come in at the tempo that you would have subdivided on that right hand. You'll see any great player do that. You will very, very rarely see a great player, if there's no music and they're waiting to come back in, they don't. If they do that, they're probably subdividing in their head at least, or maybe it's like a famous rock star band type scenario where they're not as focused on those metronomic elements and it's more about the show. A sideman, an ensemble player, a pro, they know that is the time to really zone in and to really focus to land on the beat. I've completely gone off track here because I'm just so blown away with this video, but it just reminded me of this thing which always stuck by me. Play in time, start in time, have breaks, have change in subdivision, have a fill, needs to be in time. Sounds easy, it's not. Art CRUZ, master at it. Andrew Cerner, thank you so much for this pick. Absolutely awesome. Man, I'm a fan now. I'm a fan of Lamb of God. This is killer. Absolutely killer. The pocket, the chops, the grooves, the whole song. Absolute banger. Ditch, Lamb of God. Absolutely love it. Original video link in the description of the video. Go get it. Go support the group. Go support Meinl Cymbals. If you have a direct reaction request that you definitely want to get done on this channel, the only way I can guarantee that at the moment is via the PayPal link. If you are interested in other ways of supporting the channel and keeping the mics and the lights on over here, I do have a Patreon. It's just $5 a month. You will get access to the blocked videos. Of course, you can always hit me with a subscribe, a like, and leave a comment with what you thought of this video and what you would like me to check out in the future. And remember, you, as a subscriber of my channel, get access to a full and free 30-day trial over at Drumeo. Learn from the world's best instructors and over 6,000 song transcriptions you can download in PDF form or use in the player, which you can slow down and loop sections. It is amazing. Guys, until next time, take care. Keep chopping wood. Ciao.